The president of Southeast Missouri State University is addressing the cheating allegations at the university's law enforcement academy that happened back in December. In a statement, Dr. Brad Hodson said the university is saddened by the actions taken by some individuals during the post-exam last year. He also said their actions do not represent the high standard they hold for faculty, staff, and students. Additionally, Hodson says the university immediately moved the post-exam out of the classroom and into the university's Professional Testing Services Center. They also discussed the incident with the Cape County prosecutor and the Missouri Department of Public Safety and hired an outside law firm to conduct an investigation. Hodson says the university will also host a law enforcement roundtable this summer to hear from agency leaders directly.